So do you put on events and want to know how to promote your event?
You've probably seen really cool, high energy, really inspiring videos that make you want to get there.
We're going to show you how to make one.
Here with Nate Woodbury, Be the Hero, baby. I'm Scott, and we're talking about now producing video to promote events. What kind of events are we talking about? That's Canadian. Just if we have any Canadian viewers?
I'm sure we do.
Oh, we
Lots
must.
of
A lot of
There's
Canucks up
lots of
there.
Canadian.
Heck yeah.
So we're talking about an event that you want to promote. Not an internal event that your employees come to, but if you have an event that you're selling tickets for, or that you have people come to for free that you're selling stuff at.
Anything you need a meeting planner for, an off-site thing at a hotel, something that has to do with the hospitality industry perhaps.
Or let's say you provide coaching or training and people are coming to your event to
Nice.
get that
I like
wisdom.
that. That has to do with what I do.
So there's
that's good.
a really great way to create a promo video. It has 3 ingredients. So one, we'll talk about each of these. One is BRoll. Second ingredient is testimonials, and we'll talk about how to get those. And then the third thing is you mix in some background music.
Oh, wow.
So it sounds pretty simple, but it looks really, really good. They're easy to create. So let's talk about BRoll first. BRoll would be, you're not, the message of the video, the audio you're not really using. Let's say the event, there's someone speaking on stage and they're the main host of the event. So you want shots behind the audience with their heads blurred, focusing on the person up on stage doing their thing. You want shots from all different angles. If they come down and they're interacting in the crowd. If there's activities that the audience does where they're interacting with each other, or they're taking a break for lunch. You just get all different types of B-roll of the event, but especially lots of shots of the star of the show or the host of the event.
You know, I think that term comes from, if I may, using the B camera. So you have a principal camera, camera A, that shoots kind of the main. Right now, we're looking into camera A. Over here, we'd be looking into camera B. And in a way, camera B, or the B-roll, is shooting things like you're saying there's not a talking head voiceover. There is, but it's where the voice is talking, you're seeing other images, as mentioned, all the different people, all the banquet, all the stuff. That's what B-roll is. And the more that you capture, the merrier you will be in the post-production process. I don't want to jump ahead to that or even talk about it, but I mean, I've just learned from my experience that you can't get too much B-roll footage.
And it's real easy to get. You just get all the different angles and shots and change the lens, zoom in more, and get a wider angle, blur some stuff.
Right. Nobody has to say anything. There's no dialogue, no script. And you don't have to really even ask for anybody's permission, because a lot of times you're doing it a bit furtively. You're getting a wide shot of the hotel. You're getting a shot of a couple of cars pulling up, whatever it is. Yeah, that's B-roll.
And sometimes you can even do fun stuff. You get permission from the speaker on stage, but if I go up there with my glide cam, my steady cam, and I go up behind the person on the stage, so they're talking to their audience and I'm behind them, and you get the whole audience.
Yes.
That's a real cool B-roll shot.
That is pretty cool, yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about the A-roll, or the main content, and that's testimonials. When you're at an event, let's say it's a 3-day event. You want to film these on day 3. And that's because people have been there and experienced it.
They actually have a testimonial.
They're comfortable. Yeah, they have some good things to say about the event. And so when you set it outside, the main event hall or wherever, and you set up your light and your cam and your mic, and then you solicit people to come, hey, will you please give a testimonial? And they'll come over, and there's really 3 steps that you want them to take. One, you're never going to use in the video, but you have them introduce themselves. Right. And what that does is it kind of eases their mind. Like, oh yeah, I can talk about myself. Yeah, this is me and this is who I am and what I do. And so they'll talk for 10, 20 seconds about themselves. And then you have them talk about a change that they've experienced, or how this event that they've attended is changing them, or what's different now that they've attended the event. When you ask them a question in that way, it really gives a good response. It's like, well, yeah, before in my business I was struggling with this, and this, but now I see and I've got a plan and I can. And so you get at least a dozen people, maybe even up to 20 different people that have all told you, yeah, this event, it's made this transformation. It's going to allow me to accomplish this, and I have so much clarity. You can go through and create a story. I'm going to use this piece from this testimony and this one. It's kind of similar. I'm going to put them together because they say similar things. And then these 2 people I'm going to put right here, and you create a storyline. And so the testimonials are the main content. It's kind of like that A track or that A-roll. And while we're seeing them and we're hearing them, but then while we're still hearing them, we switch over and we show a shot of that person up on stage, or we show a shot of the event, and then it goes back to them. So we switch back and forth with that B-roll, back to the testimonial giver, the B-roll testimonial giver. So the audio is always of the testimonials. And then the third ingredient is the music. And I'm going to recommend a website, pond5.com, Pond5.com.
The number 5?
Mm-hmm. The digit 5.
Got it.
And then the reason I recommend that is just the layout of their website. They have a good selection, but it will show out a whole bunch of boxes representing each music track. And when you hover your mouse over it, it just starts to play.
Oh.
So when I have my promo video put together with all the testimonials, I'll just hit play so the audio is playing in my ear and I can hear the sound of it, and then I'll just say, okay, how does it sound with this music? Oh, how does it sound with this one? How does it sound with this one? And I'll just go for the feel.
Now, are these like royalty-free music, or
no? It's like Pond 5 you pay, but it's like $20, $30 for the music track that you can then use.
Oh, I love that.
And you can use it in multiple videos as much as you want.
Of course, yeah.
But you want to find the right music track that's emotionally engaging. It's like, yeah, this is inspirational. So if you go to pond5.com, type in the word inspirational, and that will bring up a whole bunch of options. And you can find one that you like. You don't want any lyrics or anything like that.
Right. It's
and you'll put it at a volume that you can clearly hear the speaker, and it's just background, but it's enough that it will get them emotionally engaged.
What do you recommend in terms of the length, the total running time of a promo video?
Yeah, a promo video, good length to shoot for is between 2.5 and 3.5 minutes.
Wow, okay. So people have enough time to get a sense of what the event is about through the perspective of these folks that are giving their testimonials, and then the cool kind of flashing back and forth B-roll.
Yeah. I mean, if we film 20 testimonials and they each talk for a minute, I mean, we've got 20 minutes of video.
Yeah.
Okay, we're really compressing it down, and so it's a real effective video.
Well, and you're probably, even when you're shooting 20 people, I mean, you're not using all 20 of them. Because even if it's just for a second or two, I mean, you're not under no obligation to use all of those. So brevity, clarity, telling the story is really what matters most. And by golly, if it means that 3 or 4, 5, 6 people don't get on the video, their hearts aren't going to be broken. They probably won't see it anyway.
So, and I'll talk about that, because sometimes, you're petitioning people to come. Hey, will you help me out? And I'd like to get a testimonial from that person. And you want to mix it up. You want to get a good mixture of gender and everything. But yeah, if there's somebody and they just do that actually wasn't very good. It's, oh yeah, great job. Appreciate your help. But yeah, you're not going to use that one.
Yeah, right. And by the way, if you end up selling this video or doing anything from a sales perspective where it could be seen outside, in other words, they need to know the scope and the use of this promotional video. Otherwise, you're talking about
a good thing. I actually forgot the third thing. And then, so 2 points here. One point is you can say, do we have permission to use this in our promo video? And then when they say yes on camera, you've got their verbal permission.
Right.
Okay, here's the third point. So point 1.
I knew there was 3.
Yeah, I just forgot.
It was a dangling third.
Point 1 is to have them introduce themselves. You're not going to use it, but it's kind of their icebreaker, get them comfortable talking on camera. Then you ask them kind of the before and after. How did this event change you?
Yeah.
Or how's it going to be different now? The third one is to actually say, would you recommend? Recommend that people come to the event, or recommend this person that's putting on the event. So they'll actually say, like, yeah, you really need to come to the event. If you have any hesitation about being here, this is the event for you. And you'll get all types of stuff like that. So you piece all those together for the ending kind 30 seconds of the video. And it's like, you need to be here. You should come. This is great,
Yeah. If you have the cool Pond 5 music along with all of that, it wraps up really nicely. Because those always have a good finale at the end of those music beds, which is great. Yeah.
So that's it. You take those 3 ingredients with some strategy of filming and testimonials. Yeah, and it makes a really good event promo video.
Thumbnail up.
Okay, so let me know what you think. Was this video helpful? Comment below, let us know. Obviously, subscribe. We like you coming here to this channel.
Absolutely. And by the way, if you're making a video for a really cool event, send us the invite. We'd like to both see the video and attend events where the food is free.